Swayam Rupa Kadavati Swate Shri Guru Shri Prabhupada Shri Guru Shri Rupam Sadhgata Sadhana Sadhari Sadharitam Parijana Shri Radha Shri Radha Sadhana Radha Shri Krishna Vishnu Padaya Krishna Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Namaste Shishwamari Kashadari Kitai Mahadanyaya Krishna Priyagadaya Krishna Chaitanya Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Nirvalo Jagate Gopesh Krishna Bhaktaran Sanagaran Vishiravindan Vishavnan Devi Kanalame Hari Nilachala Nivasaya Nityaya Madhavandra Sudhirajna Vigannatha Panchadam Krishna Vipasani Adiganam Pavadevyo Vishnevyo Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gauranga Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Muklam Karuti Vachana Panniyayati Nisthipatinam Vande Shri Guru Devi. So we are reading from today's chapter, text 12:30. So Shweta, we'll after class we'll talk. I will on Zoom we'll talk again. This class will end. I will send you another Zoom ID. We'll talk about alumni care. Arjuna Vacha Param Brahma Param Dhama Vitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adidevam Majam Vibhum Ahustvam Rishaya Sarve Devarshi Naradastatha Asito Devalo Vyasaha Swayam Chaiva Bhavishme. Arjuna said, "You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, unflinching, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages such as Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyasa confirm this truth about you. And now you yourself are declaring it. In these two verses, the Supreme Lord gives a chance to the modern philosopher. For here it is clear that the Supreme is different from the individual soul, Arjuna. Okay, individual soul. Arjuna, after hearing the essential 4 verses of Bhagavad Gita in this chapter, became completely free from all doubts and accepted Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He at once boldly declares, "You are Param Brahma, the Supreme Personality of God." And previously Krishna stated that he is the originator of everything and everyone. Every demigod and every human being is dependent on him. Men and demigods, out of ignorance, think that they are absolute and independent of the Lord. Now, by his grace, Arjuna is accepting him as the supreme truth in accordance with the Vedic injunction. It is not that because Krishna is Arjuna's intimate friend, Arjuna is flattering him by calling him the supreme personality of God. The absolute truth. Whatever Arjuna says in these two verses is confirmed by the Vedic truth. Vedic injunctions affirm that only one who takes to devotional service to the Supreme Lord can understand him, whereas others cannot. Each and every word of this verse spoken by Arjuna is confirmed by Vedic injunction. In the Kena Upanishad, it is stated that the Supreme Brahman is the rest of everything, and Krishna has already explained that everything is resting on. The Mundaka Upanishad confirms that the Supreme Lord, in whom everything is resting, can be realized only by those who engage in the constant way in thinking of Him. This constant thinking of Krishna is called as Saranam, one of the methods of devotional service. It is only by devotional service to Krishna that one can understand his position and get rid of this material body. In the Vedas, the Supreme Lord is accepted as the purest of the pure. One who understands that Krishna is the purest of the pure can become purified from all sinful activity. One cannot be disinfected from uh, sinful reactions, the sinful activities, unless he surrenders unto the Supreme Lord. Arjuna's acceptance of Krishna as the Supreme Pure uh, complies with the injunctions of the Vedic literature. This is confirmed by great personalities of whom Narada is the chief. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and one should always meditate upon Him and enjoy one's transcendental relationship with Him. He is the Supreme Existence. He is free from bodily necessities, bodily needs, birth and death. Not only does Arjuna confirm this, but all the Vedic literatures, Puranas and histories. In the Vedic literatures, Krishna is thus described, and the Supreme Lord Himself also says in the fourth chapter, "Although I am unborn, I appear on this earth to establish religious principles." He is the supreme origin. He has no cause, for He is the cause of all causes, and everything is emanating from Him. This perfect knowledge can be had by the grace of the Supreme Lord. Here Arjuna expresses himself through the grace of Krishna. If we want to understand Bhagavad Gita, we should accept the statements in these two verses. This is called Parampara system, acceptance of the disciple succession. Unless one is in the disciple succession, he cannot understand Bhagavad Gita. It is not possible by so-called academic education. Unfortunately, those who are proud of their academic reputation, despite so much evidence in the Vedic literatures, stick to their obstinate conviction that Krishna is an ordinary person. In this verse, we see a natural conclusion of or a natural result of the essential knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. In the previous four verses, we were discussing about Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita, the essence of Bhagavad Gita. So there, the point becomes very prominent, and actually, that as one gets understanding in Krishna consciousness, what is the consequence of that? And here we see the consequences that wholeheartedly, unflinchingly, one accepts the Supreme. Wholeheartedly, unflinchingly, one accepts the Supreme. Prabhupada ends the purpose with this beautiful understanding. Srila Prabhupada is saying that yes, the living entity, he, uh, so because of obstinate conviction, a living entity accepts Krishna as ordinary. And in the beginning of the purpose, Srila Prabhupada makes the point that yes, this ignorance is removed. So the doubt and ignorance is removed when one in this way takes shelter of the Supreme. So in this way, Arjuna accepts the Supreme Lord, uh, and Arjuna's acceptance of the Supreme Lord is Arjuna's acceptance of the Supreme Lord is what is highlighted here. So the living entities always has a deep hankering or yearning for something wonderful to happen, for something good to happen, for something auspicious to happen, the next good thing, the next wonderful thing, like that. This is what is meant by the natural characteristic or the intrinsic characteristic of the living entity, which is Anandamayo Abhyasa. So always there is this hankering that something good and something wonderful should happen next. So now when one actually simply revolves on the material plane, no matter whatever gymnastics one does, the situation turns out to be different. And therefore the living entity is always in perplexity. And so there is perplexity because the hankering is always there for something wonderful and auspicious. But the results don't come like that. And many times, and the film of illusion shows that the result will be auspicious and wonderful in the same fashion. But now the point is that the hankering doesn't get subdued. The hankering doesn't get subdued, and the material world doesn't change. So this is the predicament of the living entity, and therefore the living entity is always in doubt. The doubt is what? That okay, this next move which I am going to take or not going to take, will it lead to something auspicious, or will it lead to something troublesome, like that? So this is always the case actually. The doubt is always there because this is a material plane actually. The doubt is always there, whether we take it or we don't take it. Suppose a person is going to purchase a car. Now, so now he is in doubt whether to purchase or not. And then if that doubt he solidifies on any stand, still that fear is there. But even if he solidifies, okay, I'll purchase, which car to purchase? If this is the one or that is the one. So whichever he accepts, there is misery involved in that, because there is fear involved in that. Okay, I'm accepting this model, but if this model turns out to be a failure model, then my money is wasted. And the model which he rejects, he is having a fear and misery there also, because he is feeling I'm rejecting this, but suppose this is proven to be the best model. So there is misery actually. Huh? So this is the point actually. Material plane is like that. Whether we take a stand or we don't take a stand. In both the cases there is fear, in both the cases there is doubt, and in all the cases there is misery. So, same thing, suppose the person wants to marry, and he says, okay, if I marry this girl or if I are not married. So both the cases there is doubt. Okay, this girl turns out to be a wonderful girl, that is very nice. Similarly, misery, for him also there is misery, should I, so whatever stand, like that, So sometimes, some devotees, they get frustrated, they feel that, okay, I should have remained a brahmachari better, it would have been nice. And some brahmacharis, they get frustrated, they feel, oh, better I could have married, now I'm an old man, Huh? So like that. So this kind of situation in this material world this is the hallmark of material world actually. So whenever in life we see that there are two stands, and sometimes we are on one stand, sometimes we are on the other stand. That means we are on the material plane. That is the point actually. So on the material plane, whichever stand we are on, it doesn't matter. We will be full of fear and doubt and misery. So this is the point actually. Therefore, there is not much. It's not much worth simply trottering around on the material plane. You know, people have the same kind of anxiety when they go for a job. Should I remain in this job? Should I change over job? What should I do? You know, if you remain, still misery. If you change, still misery. Still doubt, still fear, like that. So so this is the case everywhere, is it not? You know, that way. Because two things are there. Actually, we will see metal world is very amazing. Actually, in whatever platform we are on, we will always see cases which prove what decision we have taken, and we will always see cases which disprove what decision we have taken. Suppose we are in a job in a particular company, and we decide, okay, I will not change to another job. I will remain in this job. So we are in doubt and fear. Maybe I am taking a wrong stand. But no, the other point is maybe I'm taking a right stand also, like that. Now, if we see somebody who changed our job and he got a very 40% hike, 50% hike, and he's very nicely stabilized, so we feel very miserable. Oh no, I have miserable with my life, like that, uh, but suppose we see some case who changed his job, and then the new job he was thrown out of the company or something like that, and now he's in a miserable predicament, like that. Then you'll feel peaceful. Oh, a good decision, right? Okay, I didn't change the job again. So it's like that. So both are illusory actually. Both the reactions are bogus and illusory actually, because uh, this is the nature of this world actually. So now the point is that this hankering does not stop that something good and auspicious and wonderful should happen. This hankering does not stop, and therefore time and again one takes shelter of some or the other thread of material energy, and thus continues to make himself miserable actually. So therefore you see the experience of misery is in the expectation that this material wave or that material wave will satisfy me. That is the point actually. This material wave or that material wave will satisfy me. That is the misery actually. That we take shelter of this or that, this situation, that situation, this wave, that wave, and we feel that this will satisfy me. That's what creates problem for us. So therefore, understanding this, a sadhaka understands that, okay, no amount of material situation is going to help me. So now the question comes is that, okay, if you become fed up and frustrated with this material energy, then what? The problem is still we are miserable because the hankering does not go. So this hankering is coming from Anandabhaya Abhyasad mentality actually, the nature of the soul. So in a perverted way, this hankering is always there. Although it's the vision has become contaminated, but then that hankering is based on that Anandabhyasad tendency. So now the question which comes is this, or the point which comes is this, that this hankering can only be satisfied if it resonates with, in reciprocation with the Supreme Lord. This is the meaning of Arjuna's acceptance. When Arjuna is saying, Param Brahma, Param Dham, O Lord, you are the supreme resting point. That, oh Lord, you are the supreme resting point. That means that this resting point is established. Then, in that case, now it does not matter what wave of material energy is coming at that. So, this is the point, that this hankering of the living entity cannot be given up, and this hankering creates problems whichever stand we take. So, this hankering can only be satisfied if it starts resonating with the in reciprocation with the Supreme Lord. So this is the principle actually, which needs to be understood and practiced. Krishna is the supreme resident. Therefore, actually, one very good, one good solution, one possible good solution to lead life peacefully is that the material life we let it happen, whatever is happening, and rather than focusing much time and energy on what is happening materially, let us focus our time and energy more and more on spiritual substance, on sadhana, on teaching, on service, on the mission. Okay, whether I am Brahmachari, I am Grihastha, or I am between, I am hanging, doesn't matter. Okay, at some point of time we thought about it, we discussed, we took guidance, we took some step. Okay, fine. Whether it is good step, bad step, doesn't matter. Similarly, this way, that way, whether I am in core industry or software industry, or it doesn't matter, right? Is it? Okay, yes, it is said that take a decision on mode of goodness, take guidance, take blessings, and then take on any step that is recommended. But yes, you know, no, and after that, actually, whatever happens doesn't matter, actually. Uh, So this is the point. That is the point. So whether one is in Kharagpur or Alipur doesn't matter, right? Or Singapore, like that. So actually, it doesn't matter. What matters is that have we chanted good rounds today? Have we read Bhagavatam today? Have we done seva today? Again, like that, Have we offered prayers to the Lord today? Like that, Do we have something which we can submit to the spiritual master as a report today? Okay, I did this for you. Srila Prabhupada today, again. Are we in line with Prabhupada's mission? That is what is most important. Is it right? So this needs to be understood. This is what Arjuna is presenting because Arjuna has accepted. So Krishna is the supreme resting place. So now you get a resting place. It doesn't matter what is happening around. Is it not? Like, yeah. So this is the point actually. Is it not? Just like you are in your home, sitting in your home peacefully, the AC is on, like that. Okay, we don't have much experience with AC. So okay, the windows are open, the air is blowing. It's a cool atmosphere. The breeze is there and all that. But outside, if you see, there is heavy rain, torrents of rain. Like so. What do we feel? We may be drinking some hot kada, along with some pakoda, and and the thing comes. Okay, it's raining outside. Oh, there is flood in some places. Oh, okay, it's raining outside. Very heavy rain. So so the understanding is what? It doesn't matter. Just not because we are in our home. So it doesn't matter. Like somebody says, okay, today is a curfew. There are possibilities of some fights. Like that. We are peacefully sitting in the home enjoying the holiday. We don't have to go to the company. And we're eating pakoda. And the underlying the heart, what the message is coming, it doesn't matter. It is not like that. So this is the point, actually. Is it not? No. So this is the whole point, actually. So unless we make Krishna as the home of our thoughts, no? And the Krishna mission as the home of our thoughts, actually will always be whatever stand is there. Actually. Therefore, material world, material living, the simple principle is that just do the needful. Don't too much evaluate, reevaluate, right or wrong, okay, what steps I took and all that. So we take decisions in mode of goodness when we are in a good state, in spiritual state, and move on. But where we should be active is the spiritual. So in this way, Arjuna is describing that Krishna is the supreme resting place, Param Brahma, Param Dhama. Krishna is Brahma, he is a spiritual substance. And a living entity is also Brahma. Now Mayavadis, they say, okay, Krishna is Brahma, living entity is Brahma, so they are same. This is called as Guru Gogar, understanding. Because it's just like saying that, okay, I can say I am Indian. The Prime Minister Modi can also say I am Indian. That doesn't mean I am Prime Minister. So I am whatever insignificant. And PM is PM. Okay, after 5-10 years, PM also becomes insignificant. That is another thing. But the point is that we and Krishna, there is a difference. That is a difference. And Arjuna is establishing it. Pavitram, Paramam Bhuman, the Supreme Personality. Pavitram, like that. So this aspect is substantiated. Prabhupada is saying in the purport that you cannot be disinfected from material or sinful activities unless you surrender to the Supreme God. So Krishna is described as the Apapavidham and Ashnaviram. This is Ishopanishad. We'll discuss this verse. The Ishopanishad 8 is coming up on the New Year day. Yeah. Ishopanishad 8 on the New Year. Krishna is all pure and he is free from all sinful actions, pains, sinful reactions. Therefore, Prabhupada says that Krishna is a disinfectant. We add Krishna, everything, the infection goes off. Not like that. So, the only way to tolerate the material situation is to add Krishna in the material situation. That's the only way. Material world is intolerable. Oh, it's intolerable. But the only way we can tolerate it and move on, is you add Krishna with the higher vision. We can, overcome the small pushings and pullings and cribbings and the defects in the vision. So this is the point actually, which we need to understand. Vikram Paramam. Now Prabhupada speaks an interesting point in the perfect actually. And the interesting point is this. Now somebody may say, oh, okay, Arjuna is simply flattering because Arjuna is simply flattering because actually Krishna, sometimes a friend he may flatter another friend, like that. Oh, it's like in KGB people say, "Arey, tum to God aadmi hai," So it doesn't. So he doesn't mean anything actually. He's just flattering. Why he may be saying because he may be wanting some homework assignments. Or he may be wanting some funda. He may be wanting to keep good relationship. This fellow is a topper. He may keep me in his group. So very easily without working, I will get the full marks in the lab. Because anyways he will do everything. So those kind of things will be there. So this is called as flattery, like that. Now the question may come because Krishna is a friend of Arjuna. Is Arjuna flattering? That's the point actually here. Is Arjuna flattering? So therefore, actually, in answer to this question, actually, Arjuna himself answers this question very beautifully. So Arjuna is saying that okay, who can tell what is the answer to this question? What is Arjuna saying in answer to this question? Is he flattering? Arjuna himself is answering. Yes. What is the answer?
Yes. The Prabhupada tells in purport that he is speaking it on the basis of authoritative, the previous authorities like Narada, Asita.
Yes. Yes, Sushant was saying the same thing. Yes, Asita, Narada, Vyasala, Devala have confirmed actually. So this is interesting point actually because you see the whole thing is this that uh, so he's saying so Arjuna's situation is like this. So Arjuna is saying okay, and Arjuna is saying, oh Krishna, you are very great. Just like somebody may tell his friend, oh, tusi great ho yaar, like that. So Arjuna is saying same thing. And then Arjuna is saying, no, not only me, I'm saying, like that, but all these great authorities are saying actually. Again. So this is very interesting. It's like saying, okay, for example, say, one says to his friend, oh, you are the greatest cricketer in the world. But then he says, not only I am saying, but all the cricket commentators all over the world, all the cricket the boards all over the world, they have all given written acknowledgement that you are the greatest person. That means it's really something solid, like that. So in that same way, Arjuna, in that same mood, Arjuna is explaining this. Now this is indicative of a very beautiful aspect actually. You see, Krishna consciousness is like this, that you see, a relationship requires sentiments and feelings, and to lead a life and to move forward in life, actually, it requires logic, it requires clarity, it requires knowledge, and so that is what it is, like that. Therefore, sometimes, many times, people are in a dichotomy about to follow the heart or follow the head. That's what they say. Okay, follow the heart, follow the head, follow the head, follow the heart. Like that. Some people are heart fellows, some people are heartless fellows. They're only head fellows. So like that. So with their head, they bang others' heads. And not like that. And some people are heart fellows. Like that. So. So they take so much to heart that it becomes a heart attack. So heart fellows, or they give so much to others' heart that it becomes a heart attack. So the heart fellows, head fellows, like that. There is always this thing. Whom, what do you follow? Like that. So you see, bhakti is that platform in which you will see various difficult seeming or various different paradigms and planes can reconciliate together. So you see, bhakti is a platform where head and heart both go in one line. So you see, Arjuna is speaking, the statement has a lot of feelings actually. There is a lot of love and feelings involved. So therefore, Prabhupada makes that point that, oh, is it sentimental? Is it flattery? So yes, feelings and heart is involved actually, but the knowledge and the proof is also on the same line. You see, this is bhakti. We cannot find this kind of a thing in the material world. No? This kind of a thing you cannot find in the material world. So sometimes feelings are involved in a particular case, but it is not no, the logically and this thing it may not be good for us. So head and heart will not match in the material world so easily, is it not? You know? So that is the point actually. So that's what we see in this material world. And actually, what one gets, he doesn't want, and what one wants, he doesn't get. Typical characteristic of the material world, is it not? Like that. So head, heart, where one has feelings, he's not getting that, and where he doesn't have feelings, he's getting that. That's what happens actually, is it not? This has been the case actually, right? We see in IT also so many people they don't want the department what they have got, and they have not got the department that they want. So, so Bhakti teaches us, you change your wants actually and be peaceful. Like you want Krishna, you add how to want Krishna and how to add Krishna, and then things can be peaceful and happy. That. So this is the point actually. The in Krishna consciousness, the head and heart can go in one line actually. So that's why it is very important to to solidify our spiritual framework, like that. It's like and give very less scope for material, very less scope for material things. Yes. So therefore, Prabhupada concludes by saying that, okay, despite so much evidence from various literature, unfortunately those who are proud of their academic education, they stick to their stubborn conviction that Krishna is an ordinary person. So the point is this only, that we think that many times that okay, in this life is misery, life is full of misery, life is full of trouble, this and that. And that is a wrong conception actually. Life is full of auspiciousness provided we are Krishna conscious. Because Krishna, through materially good also, he will give his mercy and embrace, and through material bad also, Krishna will give his mercy and embrace. And this is what we need to learn. So therefore, one reaches the platform of stability in that way. We go to text 40. सर्वमेतद्धृतमन्ये यन्मां वदसि केशवा नैते भगवान् व्यक्तिं विदुर्देवानदानवः. So now this therefore now Arjuna is concluding, okay, oh Krishna, I totally accept as truth all that you have told me. Neither the demons nor the demigods, O Lord, can understand your personality. Actually, in life we have to take to something or the other. Actually, the situations will question our logic. The situations will challenge our understanding. Like that. But one has to stick on to something. People who remain happy in life, they just stick on to one paradigm or one thought process. And situations may challenge, people may challenge, situations may criticize, people may criticize, they just stick on. Like that. Just like people who can stay happy in one life, they just accept one wife. Okay, and she may not be very the most beautiful, she may be very irritating, like that. Whatever it is, they just accept, like that. So people just stick on to one thing, and they say, okay, na yahi karenge bas, like that. Some people, they take to, okay, social service, and they just stick on to that, Many times people may challenge, अरे क्या कर रहा है, Life बर्बाद कर दिया, जो money मिल रहा है वो सब बर्बाद, Like that, is it not? So you just stick on, and there are some people who stick on to say pets, they just keep loving their pet, like that, They just stick on to that, ठीक है, and then at least they are this thing, like that. There are others they stick on to the bottle of whiskey, that is their eternal companion. So so the point is that we need to stick on to something in life, and the best proposal to stick on is to stick on to Krishna. That yes, okay, let me just see the things through the Shastras, let me just see the things through Krishna's words and nothing else. This is what Arjuna is saying. ज़्यादा दिमाग चलाने की जरूरत नहीं है ना चुपचाप understand the fluff in the Shastras, rejoice in the Shastras, like that, and move on like that.